Hey guys, welcome back. Some days ago, Jonker Sailplanes made their maiden flight with the brand new JS2, a very interesting glider, and it was the first time that Jonker Sailplanes or even a glider manufacturer did a live stream on YouTube of a maiden flight. So we will directly jump into it and have a look what they did there in South Africa.
The JS2 Revenant. Lovely day in Potchefstroom. Lovely weather. Lovely late autumn day. And yes, and the pilot, the test pilot, Ace Jonker, is obviously going to do the flying today. We will be probably launching in about 5 or 10 minutes. And Ace, nice day.
Lovely day, eh? So a lot of work to complete the aircraft during the week. So our R&D team had quite a mission to complete the aircraft in time. Our plan was to test fly this week. We're not going to fly with the engine as yet, as we still have to run for a number of ground tests. So it will just be a pure glider tests. We'll have some videos of the engine starting and extending shortly coming in. But maybe we can take you around to the glider and
Let's go.
show you.
First of all, I think the paint scheme is really great. It's something different. It's not the same like every manufacturer is doing, only the stripes on the side and so on. I really love those red and grayish colors. So I think they did a great job on that. And also the 21 meters of wingspan with this fuselage really looks outstanding. So let's see what Ice is telling about his new flagship.
So basically the JS2 Revenant is the fuselage, all new fuselage, obviously with the self-launching engine in. There's the engine bay. And I must say the glider, all the relationship between the wings and the fuselage, it looks awesome. It's really a very special glider. 21 meter JS wings, so there's nothing new on the wings. But yeah, all the proportions fit. It looks like a very nice glider.
So let's have a look at what Jonker Sailplanes is offering, which gliders they have for sale now. I'm here at the webpage. They started with the JS1 some years ago. It's an 18 meter and 21 meter glider. It was possible to fly in 18 meter class, but also in open class. This JS1 was really good. Some years later, they've launched the JS3 Rapture. It was focused on the 15 meter, but also on the 18 meters. And now they are continuing with the JS2. So somehow the order is not in the correct way, but that's how it is. Now they've built a new fuselage, which has a little bit a bigger shape, especially at the middle section of the fuselage, so that there's enough space to install the self-launch engine. And I think that's quite a big market out there. There are a lot of people who want to launch on their own, want to start during the week. So let's jump back into the video and see the walk around the glide.
Jason Bossi, the design engineer and the managing director of Jonker Sailplanes. So Ace, tell us what's going to happen.
Okay, so we're going to just show you around what this aircraft looks like. So Oscar, maybe if you can just show you around in the glider. So it's basically a principle of the JS1 combined with the JS3, the technology of the JS3 we included here.
I think it is amazing to have this scenery around to make a live stream, and also doing a live stream during a flight. That's something which is really interesting. Here at the canopy, you can see the microphone is directly on the canopy. I've not seen it on other gliders up to now. I'm not sure if Champert or Schleicher is doing this the same. I think it's good when you're flying and you can get into the glider really easy, because you don't have those things sticking around. But if you want to make a radio call on the ground, then it's a little bit strange. Yeah.
Just turn the volume down a bit.
Okay, so we just installed a normal panel for flight testing. So the Alex 9000.
Yeah, this panel looks good, but there's enough space to install a bigger screen there, a 7-inch screen. So yeah, well,
That we have installed here. The same flap system, air brake system as the JS2. You can operate even the 21 meter with finger light touch air brakes, which you can lock in different positions. It's also a new requirement of the authorities.
Personally, I've never flown a Jonker glider, so I don't know how the forces are to operate everything, to operate the levers there, but it looks really, really good. And also the locking mechanism for the air brakes is something unique, but yeah, he said it's a new requirement for new certified gliders.
That will be published shortly. Is that the air brakes, if they open, they must not open all the way, so this is already prepared for that. The trim system, the brake on the stick, and then obviously the engine starter button on the column there. The aircraft is equipped with a steerable and retractable tail wheel, which we will be trying shortly.
That's something which is great for those self-launch gliders, to have a retractable tail wheel, and it is even steerable, so you can taxi on the ground with the engine and so on. That's really top of the notch. That's perfect.
If you look further, you will see the same typical looks of the JS1C 21 meter, which was demonstrated as quite an amazing high performance open class machine.
As I noticed, there's a new filling port in the middle of the wing. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
We have integrated tanks for the self-launcher, so there's 24 liters of fuel in the wings with the center tank. So we built the aircraft that it can meet the requirements of those pilots who would like to take off and fly into the Alps and needs 1 hour of cruising, and then still the ability to do a rescue launch in the later afternoon, or a self or sustaining launch back to the airfield late evening. So it's quite some large tanks moved to the wing, easy to fill from the top, and then this wings will be able with the transfer pump to fill up the center tank.
I think here he's speaking about the Alps, so he's speaking about the German customers who want to fly, for example, here from Donauwörth to the Alps, which is about 100 kilometers, and they want to start here in the flatlands and have a great day in the Alps. So they will make a launch early in the morning and fly with the engine, fly to the Alps, have a great day in the Alps, enjoy the pure nature there, and then glide back home in the evening, in the afternoon. Therefore, you want to have a little bit more fuel capacity, and I think that's really a big selling point of the combustion engines compared to the electric motors, the electric propulsion systems available up to now, that you have more range and it's more powerful. Especially also for Namibia, for South Africa flying, where you want to self-launch, where you want to have enough power to get back up.
The water ballast system is the same as the old JS 21 meter JS1. Still got the filling port on the outboard, on the inboard wing, so and then on the outboard wing as well.
So the inboard wing takes 90 liters, and the outboard about 70 liters, and the change from the JS1C is that the filling is all done from the top. So less equipment required.
How do you like the colors of this glider? I think it's really, really great, especially the winglets and also the front of the fuselage. They're at the rear side with the competition number and the stripe there. Yeah, I'm not completely sure. I think it's only 95% solution. All in all, it's great to see something new, see something different. And yeah, let's see how it looks like in the air.
Like I suggested, we decided to put the probes on the tips of the tailplane to have a better sense of the air, and also to avoid additional probes when the engine is running. So these probes have been tested that they are not disturbed by the flow of the engine while running. So
Wow, that's a great feature, to have the probes at the outer side of the elevator, and the main problem when the propeller, the engine is on, and it will destroy the airflow behind the propeller. make some turbulences there. So you cannot use the tech probe and also not the airspeed probe. And therefore, usually the powered gliders have something to switch to the front side and to the rear side for pure glide. Yeah, so that's something which looks a bit strange there, but for the engineering part, I think it's great.
Two reasons why we've done this. Obviously, we have our retractable steerable tail wheel here. Radar is designed to be extremely light. We designed it that it's about 40% lighter, the forces, compared to the JS1.
I also noticed there are no control horns on the rudder. That comes across from the JS3.
One additional point is that we have one filling point, which is a filling valve that you just stick in the bottom in with that little cap that will be closing it afterwards. So the filling will be done with a port, and you can dump from the same hole as well. So we don't have all these lots of holes that we have here. So we'll measure the height of the water with the level of the water in the pipe.
Excellent.
One big advantage with the air brakes which you can lock is also that you can do the walk around perhaps on your own, like he is doing now.
Okay, and if you haven't met Johan Bosman, it's our aerodynamic engineer who's the brainchild of the shape of this aircraft. So Bossy, I don't know if you want to say a few words. Are you happy with what you see here?
I'm extremely happy, and I hope also our clients and all the pilots will also enjoy our product. We've been certainly waiting a long time for this, so enjoy.
Yeah, I think it took a long time to develop this aircraft. Intention was from the beginning to make the JS1 a self-launcher, but obviously this project was a bit sidetracked when we decided to enter the competition market first with the JS1, the JS1C open class, and then the JS3. And now finally we come back and we launched the self-launcher JS2, which we expect to be a very, very good performing open class machine with self-launching capabilities. What is amazing about this aircraft here, it weighs less than 400 kilograms all up weight here without fuel. So you can even have a minimum wing loading with a 100 kilogram pilot around about 40 kilograms per square meter, which makes it really a amazing self-launcher in terms of the minimum weights. Even in the 18 meter configuration, I believe it's just around about 45 is the minimum wing loading for a 100 kilogram pilot.
That's really excellent. Those numbers there, if they can really produce the glider with this weight, with 43 kilograms per square meter wing loading. I think the Ventus 3M, the self-launcher, had problems to be below 48 kilograms per square meter at the Sailplane Grand Prix in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So it's really a big step in between, and that's fantastic.
Okay, and then obviously you can fill it up to a maximum wing loading of 58 in the open class, and we consider to certify the 18 meter to a slightly higher weight than 600, as the structural integrity is already designed into it. So we might also aim for a 60 kilogram per square meter in the 18 meter configuration. Obviously that is just for record flying and not for FAI contest flying. All right, so good luck. Good. Tango Echo Sierra is ready.
I'm not sure if the panel layout is the best at the moment, because they have the circuit breakers at the top. I think most important instruments should be at the top, and those circuit breakers are not really so much important. So I would arrange it somehow different, and also the LX9000 I would put it up more to the top.
All out. Okay, we have aileron control, and the airspeed is alive. Flaps, tail up. pitch control is good, and we have liftoff. Okay, flap, change flap to 3.
That's so cool to have a live stream at the first test flight and filming it, commenting it live. Oh, I love it.
And we're airborne.
At the right side you can see the tow plane, and at the left side you can see another plane which is filming. So they are really in a close formation there.
Feels beautifully. You can have hands on aerotow. As you see, this is how we can fly JS1 on aerotow. Very little input required. It feels brilliant. The controls are unbelievable soft. You can see what sort of aileron control we have already there. Amazing. The sun setting in the west now behind the clouds.
Would be interesting to see the footage from this plane, but I think we'll need to wait some days to have a video there. It's a really close formation. Sure, if I would like to do it at the first test flight. Can you hear this noise there? I'm not sure if it's the radio or it's some air flowing there, which is not perfect, or some gaps which are not sealed perfectly up to now. So cool, that's so cool. The one guy, no.
Wheel down and locked. Ooh, that was not my best landing. Apologies for that.
It looks like it's harder than it's in real life because the camera flipped down.
Steerable tail wheel works nicely.
Stall. 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 Stall.
I think the wing dropped down, and the wing has also a wing wheel, and yeah, that's not really dampened, and that sounds annoying, but that's usual.
So a little bit of chamois damping that is required on the low speed. Just before getting to stands, also a little bit of a change required there. Oh, so thanks for joining me for this test flight. It was amazing to do this, something we done the first time here, and it was a privilege to have you guys on board with me.
Ice, this was really a great project, a great video. Perhaps you can use a microphone next time, which is a little better with the wind noise. But I like to see those videos from the manufacturers, from the glider manufacturers, especially in the times of Corona, where we cannot meet at the Aero. I wish you all the best with the JS2. I think it's a great glider. We will see how the engine system will work in the future. So if you want to see the full video, make sure to check out the link in the description below. And see you next time. Cheers!